The phone vibrated once. That was all it took. No name, no heart emoji. Just a missed video call notification, blinking like a warning light I'd trained myself to ignore. I stared at it while the room stayed quiet, my coffee cooling untouched beside me. Outside, traffic moved as usual. People going somewhere. People believing in routines. I answered on the second ring when she called back. Her face appeared, framed too carefully. Hotel lighting. Neutral walls. A smile rehearsed just enough to pass. "You're awake early?" she said. I nodded, said nothing. Silence does things to people. It makes them fill gaps they didn't know were there. She kept talking. About the trip. About how spontaneous it was. About how I wouldn't understand, but it was nothing. Just a friendly trip with her ex. Old history. No meaning. I watched her eyes instead of listening. They kept darting left. Someone was there. I felt it then, that quiet internal click. The moment where denial shuts off like a fuse blown on purpose. I didn't feel angry. Not yet. Anger is loud. This was cleaner, sharper. She waited for my reaction. I gave her one. I switched my camera on. Turned the phone slightly so she could see the room. The wine glass. The second coat hanging behind me. A woman's laugh, distant but unmistakable, drifting in from the other room. "No rush," I said softly. "I've got company too." Her smile collapsed. The call ended. I didn't chase her after that. That's what she expected. Questions, accusations, panic dressed up as concern. I gave her none of it. Instead, I sat very still and let the pieces rearrange themselves. This wasn't sudden. That was the realization that hurt the most. The late replies. The new password. The way she'd started holding her phone like it was fragile. The casual way she'd mentioned his name months ago. Just once, as if testing how it tasted in the air between us. I'd passed every test by not reacting. She had learned from that. Betrayal rarely arrives loudly. It seeps in, normalizes itself, smiles while it sharpens the knife. I thought back to the night she booked the trip. How she'd avoided my eyes. How she'd already packed. "I need space," she'd said. She meant privacy. I told myself stories for weeks. Work stress, old friendships, midlife restlessness, anything but the obvious truth sitting right in front of me. Patiently waiting to be acknowledged. Now it had been, and once something is seen clearly, it cannot be unseen. I didn't sleep that night. Not because I was restless, but because I was alert. There's a difference. One is weakness, the other is preparation. By morning, I wasn't hurt anymore, I was curious. I moved quietly. That was the key. I didn't change my tone when we spoke. I didn't ask where she was. I didn't ask who she was with. I let her assume the illusion still held, that whatever game she was playing, she was winning. Meanwhile, I gathered facts. Phone records don't lie. They just wait for someone calm enough to read them. Patterns emerged quickly. Calls always at the same hours. Messages deleted but timestamps intact. Locations overlapping more than coincidence allows. I checked old emails, shared cloud folders, travel confirmations, she thought. I'd never noticed because I never touched them before. I watched her from a distance when she came home briefly to grab more things. The way she avoided mirrors. The way she rehearsed apologies she hadn't decided to use yet. Inside me, something burned, but it didn't spread. It stayed contained, focused. This wasn't about rage. This was about clarity. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is sloppy. It gives the guilty room to rewrite the story. I wanted the truth unedited, raw, unavoidable. So I waited. And when the final confirmation arrived, an email she forgot to delete, a message forwarded by mistake, I felt nothing at all. That's when I knew I was ready. I asked her to sit with me at the kitchen table. No drama, no raised voice. I slid my phone across the wood. "Read this," I said. She did. Her breathing changed first, then her posture, then her face, like a structure collapsing inward, one support beam at a time. "It's not what it looks like," she whispered. I nodded. That's what lies always say. She cried, apologized, reached for my hand and stopped halfway, like she remembered too late who I was now. I didn't interrupt. I let her exhaust every excuse, every justification, every attempt to soften what couldn't be softened. When she was done, I spoke once. "I knew before you left." Her eyes snapped up. "And you still let me go?" I met her gaze, calm, detached. "I wanted to see how far you'd take it." That broke her. The power move wasn't loud. It never is. I told her about the video call, about the timing, about how carefully I'd staged what she saw. Not a lie, but not the truth either. Just enough ambiguity to let her imagination do the damage for me. I watched understanding settle in. She hadn't been caught. She had been outplayed. "I came home early because I panicked," she said. "Because I thought I lost you." I stood. "You did," I replied. No shouting. No insults. Just facts delivered with surgical precision. I packed while she watched. Each item placed deliberately. Each movement final. Control isn't about dominance. It's about choice. And I had made mine. I left before sunrise. By then, she was already back home, alone in a space that no longer belonged to her. I didn't look back. There was nothing left there that recognized me. People think revenge is about destruction. They're wrong. It's about withdrawal. I didn't need her regret. I didn't need her tears. I didn't need answers to questions that no longer mattered. The truth had done its work. And as I drove away, calm and unburdened, one thought settled in quietly, permanently. She lost me the moment she thought I wouldn't notice.